All right, everybody, what's the stat? This is Shawn Michael.
Got Brent here.
We got Brent. Well, this is our 5th podcast with YouTube upload. This is we're sitting here just talking to you guys, talking about this, talking about that, talking some shit, just whatever comes to mind.
Today we got some current events for you we're going to talk about. It's pretty interesting stuff going on in the world. Everyone should find this interesting in some form or fashion.
True, yeah. We got the, I understand last comments people were saying about the cameras with people wanting to see the person behind the camera doing the computer work and everything else.
For the current situation, it just works out for me to be behind here. We'll figure something out soon, but for the time being, you can hear me, so that's all we really need.
Yeah, sound quality.
For most people listening to this, it won't make a difference.
True story. Most people listen, doesn't matter anyway. So, but he controls the computers for us, me, so I have a screen over there that I can see. Just giving you a little insight of what we do. But on to that though. We were talking about important events coming up. If you're watching this, it's probably going to be tomorrow.
So midterms. Everybody knows that tomorrow, or when you're watching this, November 6th, is midterm elections for a lot of places. And more importantly, here in Virginia, for us, we have a big election going on between a real tight race between Abigail Spanberger and Dave Brat for Congress. Brat's Republican, Spanberger's a Democrat.
Yes, Spanberger, though, she's CIA.
She's a Fed.
Yeah, that's what they said. She was CIA, and then they got Brat. What was Brat?
Dave Brat's a Republican.
Yeah, but what was he like?
He's already held office.
So Spanberger hasn't?
No, Spanberger will be coming in and try to take it from him.
She'll come. Okay, so she's never held a seat.
No, this will be her first government position. Oh, as an elected official, I mean.
Yeah, that's my dog down here. He's just sitting here during the broadcast. He wants some attention. We're doing some segments here. We had some segments I think everybody saw, the grilling time, things like that. Also going to have segments on animals, a few other things like that. But back to the midterms, though. So, yeah, midterm elections coming up. People are going to go out there. People are rushing. People are voting. The vote does count, as they always say. The people say it doesn't matter or whatever. What do you think? Do you think the vote matters?
Your vote does matter for races like this, because it's not like, say we live, I don't know, Texas. Republican would have won, hands down. Say we live in California, Republican doesn't have a chance. Virginia, what I learned from government was Virginia is a swing state for our elections and things like this. Like, I know presidential elections, nothing's guaranteed. So I know Hillary Clinton won Virginia in 2016, but Bush won Virginia when he was in his race. So you can see in a span of less than 20 years, we've had Virginia either lean Republican or lean Democrat. That's why our state is so important to them. Now this will be different since these are two House seats in Congress they're running for, so it's not something nearly as big as the presidential election. But these people control our lives almost directly.
Yeah, true story.
People in the 7th district, this will affect every aspect of your life when it comes to
I think we were looking it up. It was 500,000 people live in the Richmond area. Oh no, Chesterfield area alone. In the Chesterfield area alone.
And we're the 7th district, so these Congress people will be representing us.
Yeah, they have a span over all of them, and they also have a direct oversight over. Can't she put a vote in for Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah, all that.
And then doesn't it get bigger? Doesn't it get a bigger web than it normally does? I don't really follow politics like talking, but I keep up a little bit just so that when I'm talking about it, it's not like I'm just talking out my
It really does. As long as you vote, just vote for somebody that represents what you want in your life, because this will directly affect you.
True story.
There's something that Dave Brat does that you like, vote for him. If you really want Abigail Spanberger because her platform is what you stand for, then vote for her. Don't vote for anybody because someone told you.
Yep, someone told you this or that.
Vote for Abigail Spanberger because she's female. No, that's a load. You need to vote for someone who's going to best represent your interests.
True story. Story.
If that is Spanberger, go for it. If it's Dave Brat, go for him.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, if you really want to, you can do third party. I just feel like that's a waste of a vote.
Yeah, it is. It can be. So,
but not voting is the worst at all because you're allowing someone else to make decisions that govern your life.
Yeah, dude. About voting though, I was reading this thing. There was a court hearing. It was in Pakistan. A Pakistani lawyer flees the country after saving a Christian woman from the death penalty. She was out there, and he he said he prevented it. I think I can't remember. I don't know what the story is. Can't remember what it was. I'm trying to figure exactly what happened, but he saved her, and then because it goes against pretty much goes against the religion.
So in the Middle East, they don't like Christians.
Yeah, they don't
Hands
like them at
down.
all.
They decapitate Christians. That's it's some pretty brutal stuff.
Yeah, the blasphemy case. BB's lawyer flees country. It says, go ahead and pull this up for them so they can see. Okay.
Yeah. The lawyer for a Christian woman has fled the country, citing threats to his life. So it looks like
Safil Malouk, the representative for Asia BB.
Yeah.
The landmark supreme. Probably butchered the name. Sorry. Appreciate. Send out any apologies.
So it seems like he did something he stood for, like something he believed in, and people wanted to kill him for it.
Well, dude, that's usually how it always goes.
He saved someone's life, and they want to take his now.
That's usually how it always goes, though. I mean, to be the hero. What did even was it Batman? What was it? Batman. The one with the Joker.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Isn't it what he said? He said you either live long enough you either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain.
That's what he said to Harvey Dent.
Yeah, so he said
Harvey Dent.
Yeah,
they broke him down, and he went and tried to kill Commissioner Gordon's people, and he got status.
They did, man. That's what happened. So the man doing good, he had to leave.
That's the
good
thing.
Men are always killed. Just like the Khashoggi dude. Who knows? He could be linked back with the
Khashoggi guy.
Yeah, he was going there. I heard later on that he was going there for papers for him and his wife, and that's why he was there.
Damn.
And then they came out and said that. I mean, we had covered this a while back, and it's just been nobody talks about it anymore. Though you notice
it gets
that
brushed under the rug.
Yes.
And in terms of like something we consider for the U.S., all the craziness that goes on at the government level, like I don't know Benghazi or something, brushed under the rug.
Dude, everything gets brushed under the rug.
Brushed under the rug.
But I mean, I guess the rug he gets.
But guess what? You talked to a stripper 12 years ago, they'll find that out.
True story. Yeah. The rug always. The rug always.
It's always there.
It's always there.
May not be able to see it. But someone can find it.
Yeah. I was also saying to something that was brushed under the rug though. There's something going on in Russia. As heard Putin. Putin was saying that they were talking about this treaty, this artillery treaty, they just backed out of it, and now means that I think it's Eastern Europe and them they can put artillery and missiles, anti-artillery batteries and anti-missiles, and they could also launch missiles from it in the Ukraine and places like that. And I saw this map of Russia and how it used to be before the Iron Curtain and all that, and it got smaller and smaller as time gone on. So Putin was saying, he said, I feel like they're surrounding us, and if they do that, he's going to have to be forced to take action.
Yeah, when the Soviet Union collapsed, all those countries outside of them dispersed.
Yeah, it slowly they lost access to the straits, the Straits of Gibraltar. They just lost access to the sea. It takes an hour now for them to get a ship to be able to get anywhere out past the Mediterranean. So he was saying that he's going to be forced to take action. And, dude, we don't hear that. I didn't hear that. You have to go you have to find it on YouTube. Hear about it.
Forced to take action. The problem we have with the media now is unless it fits their political interests, doesn't fucking matter.
That's crazy. That's what makes it.
There's no more informing the people. It's informing the people on what you want them to think and what you want them to hear.
Yeah, true story.
So, if I don't know if you guys remember how big of a deal it was when Brett Kavanaugh was getting accused of status. And saying that. So this lady comes forward and says she's never even met Brett Kavanaugh before. She just made a claim just to make a claim.
Damn.
She took it to court, everything, and she had never even met the man before.
Hey, but there's one thing that we know about Brett Kavanaugh. Can you pull up that clip where he says that he likes what he likes? He was saying he liked beer. I think it was funny. I laughed when I saw that. He said I like beer. And this man, he was very adamant about his love. He didn't remember what happened that night, but yeah, we drank beer. We liked girls. What does he say? Just look at him buck down that water.
Being intoxicated at a party. Did you consume alcohol during your high school years?
Yes,
we drank beer. My friends and I, boys and girls. Yes, we drank beer, liked beer. So
Oh wait, people can't. You can't hear it, can they?
Yeah, they can hear it.
They can hear it?
It was 18,
Not bad.
Seniors were legal. Senior year in high school, people were.
That's funny. He said we drank beer, we liked beer. That's a person we have on the Supreme Court justice now, dude. That's doesn't.
I mean, I can't. I mean, he was very well qualified for it.
He
and
was.
Most people watching this video can say they didn't do things. He had a drink with his friends in high school.
I'm saying how emotional he got there. But I mean, yeah, he was on trial for some shit that didn't happen, some shit that
Like
wasn't
someone
on.
fucking comes to you go your entire life.
True
become a
story.
Supreme Court justice.
But doesn't it sound strange though? Doesn't it seem weird that at this same time, like all this stuff going down with these people, like I know they were talking about the Democrats getting the bomb threats, man. They've been damn Obama, damn Clinton's, several other Democrats.
The reason I think that's a load is because at least one of them should have gone off. It was a publicity stunt. Somebody wanted to send bomb or fake bombs,
They call
or
those, I think-
defective bombs to people that were. And the funny thing is, they're all Democrats.
So you think it was a false flag? That's what it's called.
Yes, because if he really wanted to harm them, one of them would have went up.
So why just send it after Democrat? Right in terms of what we were just talking about,
They're-
midterm elections, everything.
The left is so afraid right now because of how strong the right is becoming that they're doing anything they can to get to that. So the thing that was funny about Brett Kavanaugh is before Trump announced he was choosing him, the Democrats had already decided we're not approving whoever you choose.
Yeah.
And they already had the story and everything lined up for whoever was nominated. The day he gets nominated, they search through this man's yearbook, they find anybody they can, and they talk to every single person who ever could have known him a long time ago. And they try to find someone who'd say, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I knew him. It was all right. You need to say that he raped you, and we're going to pay you.
He put his. He didn't say. They didn't say that. He said that he made sexual advances and he put his hand over her mouth. It was what was it? Sexual assault. That's what it was.
The problem I have with that is there are so many people out there who are actually sexually assaulted, and it ruins their credibility. It makes them
it
even
does.
more afraid to go to the police because, wow, maybe they're not going to believe me. These people literally ruin it for real survivors. People who really are raped and really are sexually assaulted
It's nothing
lose
to gloss
credibility
over. That's
because
some
of other
serious-
people.
That's some super serious, super serious.
It's fucked
stuff.
up.
Yeah, it is.
The people who do that should go to hell. You can't. It ruins it for people
Yeah.
who actually happen to. And that's not a political ideology or a left or right leaning thing. It is
That's being a
If
person. That's
a girl
it.
is raped, she needs to be able to go and tell people and they need to believe her. She shouldn't be worried about, on top of all the other things, why people don't tell people while they're raped, is, oh, they probably won't believe me. That should not. And the people who do false accusations, I think they should go to jail. Because they ruin someone's life. They could, and even
True story.
the amount of people.
I think that does happen to some people, though, doesn't it? When you do perjury on the if you're going on court and if you
Very
do make it-
like the amount of people's lives who have been ruined by false accusations. The false accusers rarely happens.
Like what about Cosby though?
Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Well, he actually did it though. The problem, what I see with that is anyone hanging around Bill Cosby knew what the status was. He'd been doing it for a long time. Like I feel like if you were messing,
He's in the Jello pudding pops.
if you were messing with Bill Cosby, you knew what he was about. You can't tell me you weren't.
They said I saw this interview he gave.
Not saying it was right what he did because
Yeah, it's not condoning it at all,
He's a
but-
fucking pig. Like honestly, he's a disgusting person. But the people who are around it, I mean, you knew what the man was about.
But you really think though, maybe because most of the women were saying like, he didn't have to drug us. We would have been there.
Back in Bill Cosby's prime, he had anything really, the money, he had status, anything. So he got what he wanted. It's the same thing with the Harvey Weinstein shit. You kind of knew what you were getting yourself into if you were going to be alone. Everyone. The funny thing is, that
Whatever happened to Harvey Weinstein? Didn't he
That
just?
man- I don't know, that man-
Scot free. Look. Didn't I think I heard something?
I just thought it was hilarious that like at the Emmys or wherever they were all talking about, they were talking about, the one person I know isn't here, Harvey Weinstein. He's not here. What's funny about that is they all knew what he was about. They just waited until it was a good political time for them to bring it up.
Yeah.
And it makes it just ruins the case for real survivors.
I noticed though, right after that stuff started, a lot of people started getting brought up on the sexual allegations, trafficking, human trafficking, things like that.
Human trafficking, that shit's fucked up.
That's crazy, but that's all linked. That's almost linked together with the Harvey Weinstein thing. It's because those people, like Harvey Weinstein, he did that movie. I saw the producer on the movie Kill Bill. It was Kill Bill in that movie.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, the Quentin Tarantino movie. He was one of the producers on there. Remember that movie had that little girl in it with the ball and mace. She had the mace with the chain on it, and she was swinging it around and killing people with it, try to hit her with it. She was like 17 or something. And you think about that, Harvey. You think about that. All them women that were in those movies, things like that. That's crazy. That makes you think, yeah. She just you don't need to show a video, just a picture. But it was makes you think that's gross, it's nasty, it's deplorable, but it's
like it puts like a bad image for I'm not saying all men are bad or anything. It just keeps making us look like it makes people not trust people.
You shouldn't trust people, period, man.
We live in a time where there is no more. The good old days are done. There is no more helping out a stranger on the side of the road. There is none more of that because people are so fucking bad. Your daughter helped. They have started I don't know. Say a guy comes up, like the human trafficking stuff. Guy comes up to a girl in the park like, "Hey, my car needs help. I need to jump it. Can you help me? I've got cables. I just need you to pull your car up."
Yeah.
Jack him. Fucking gone. Never see him again. That is the world we live in.
Yep.
We're afraid to help people because of some people fucking taking advantage.
True story. I remember years ago, we were driving. I think someone told me this. They were driving down. It was Halloween, and I think it was your dad. He said they were driving down, and they saw somebody was walking down the street, screaming. And we live in the sticks, so he was driving to the sticks, like the boons, the woods, nearest place. We're in a place where no one can hear you scream, that type of place right there.
The one place everyone convened at was a gas station.
Yeah, that's the place to do. And the man was sitting there with red tattered clothes. And he was screaming on the road, "Somebody help me, help me, help me!" And they looked, and they looked at each other. They pulled out because they had the cell phone, the flip phone. They pulled out the phone, and they called 911. And they kept on driving. They turned around and drove back. The guy was gone, but they called the cops and they let them know what was going down on that side of the street. But you stop and think about it. I stop and think about it now. Dude, if I saw someone rolling down and they were screaming, "Help me, help me," and they're covered up in blood and stuff, man, maybe once they got in an accident or
fucking total car next to them or something. That's one thing.
Yeah, but dude, it's middle of the street. It's 2:00 in the morning. Nah. That's suspect.
That's another reason we got to bear the second status. Because fuck, man, that's how shit is these days. So what goes on from that though is you can't trust people, but at the same time, where does it it doesn't really, there's no really, I think it's based off of better people's judgment, how you bring yourself across and how I take no fucking risks.
But even some of the best people, they say, even some of the worst of the people that do the kidnapping, all that stuff, those are the people that are the best pretenders. You'll never know. They'll be sitting right next to you. But anyway, I saw something talking about some crazed people talking about you can't trust people. There's a daycare. There's a daycare in Missouri that had kids fighting. They had kids fighting for stress relief, man. Stress relief exercise. That's what they called it.
Don't tell your parents, Fight Club.
Yeah, it was fighting occurred in 2016, but the lawsuits now have just been filed. You can show the video. Just show the video of that. That one was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny. It was bad that happened, but it's crazy. They were giving them the Hulk gloves. And they were beating each other down. That's bad. But you see, I have 14 nieces and nephews, and we played like that. We didn't. I used to beat you up the whole time we were playing with the Hulk gloves and stuff. But
okay, but the fact you dropped your kid off somewhere.
Yeah, you dropped your kid off at the daycare, and the kid, look, the kid's going, he's going ham. He's beating him down.
It's like the Avengers.
Look, he got on top. Like, go to the next video. He gets on top. Go to the next clip. He goes on top of him, and the other kid, you can see him, the kid in the red right here.
He's sitting on the ground.
Yeah, he's beating him down right here. And then there's the kid right here runs in and grabs him. I watched the video, and this is the teacher. The teacher is jumping up and down like, yeah, like fucking gladiator battles and shit, dude. I was blown away when I saw that, and I was like, dude, that stuff is real. Like, that stuff is going down. People are, they're holding, look, yeah, he's beating him down. The kid said he didn't understand why his friends were beating up on him. Yo, that shit's sad, dude. Like, that's crazy. He said, why are they beating him up? And why is everybody just circled around and laughing and cheering? Like, the kid didn't defend himself at all. The other kid just went in. Like, he said, all right, word, beat him up. Let's beat him up. Like, that's crazy.
It's like the first Avengers. I'm always in. Hulk out and start beating the shit out of your friend.
He did have the Hulk gloves on.
I can't believe they gave him Hulk gloves.
Yeah, it shows you one of the teachers, two teachers, and the one of the teachers, she rolls up and gives him the gloves because she didn't want him hit. Well, I guess she didn't want him hit him with his fist. But that's crazy. So I also was seeing some crazy stuff though going down. There was an albino red-tailed boa constrictor was found. It was found in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Goodwill piles. The piles they had for Goodwill.
Someone fucking donated a snake?
So it was inside the pile. It could have come from any of the 37 of their donations that they had from that day.
Dude, I feel bad for whoever worker opened that shit up. It probably gave them a damn heart attack.
It probably did. It probably scared anybody. But it's a constrictor, so you wouldn't really have to be worried.
If you're not someone who knows what kind of snakes are, your first fear is, oh shit, this thing's venomous, I'm gonna die. Like, that's exactly what you're thinking.
True story. That's why you should always try to if you're fearful.
In Virginia, there's only 3 venomous snakes: the copperhead, the cottonmouth, and the timber rattlesnake. Timber rattlesnake does not live near us; only lives in the mountains. Copperheads are in front of our garages and shit, so that's no surprise there.
That's on the front door and shit, yeah.
Water moccasins, the cottonmouth, those ones you got to be careful because those bitches will come after you.
Yeah, they're aggressive.
They're very aggressive. The copperhead is kind of the in-between. As long as you don't piss them off, he'll leave you alone. Copperhead bites aren't fatal. Fucking that water moccasin shit, that'll kill you.
Those what is it? The rattlesnake
pit vipers.
What is the one in Australia?
The eastern in Australia we have.
What's the one in Australia?
There's the most venomous one. It's called the taipan. That's the most venomous snake in the world.
But there's one in Australia where and what they do is the Australians drink the fucking venom.
I thought that was the Africans with the black mamba venom.
They do that too, but you can drink the venom, and over time you gain it.
Well, your body, the way it works is your body builds up the antibodies.
Yeah.
So when you get hit, because
they get bit with it, they're just like whatever.
Because rattlesnake venom, if I'm correct, is hemotoxic venom.
I think
it affects your blood.
You should definitely look that up before we say. Before we say anything, because I want to make sure.
Venom. You have hemotoxin and neurotoxin.
Yeah, because I remember the one in that it was in that movie, the Riddick movie. Which one was he went back on the planet and they left him there? What was it? It wasn't it was right after Chronicles of Riddick. I don't know if it was just called Riddick. It might have been just called Riddick, and but he was there.
Yeah, so rattlesnakes have hemotoxic venom. So what that does is it affects your blood. It'll make your blood clot up, and that's why you have...
so it's a coagulant?
Yes.
Okay.
And it also is a tissue. It destroys the tissue, too. So that's why you'll see people who get bit in their arm have to have skin grafts and shit because their skin dies nearly.
The pit viper.
Pit viper. So copperhead is also a pit viper. It's a milder hemotoxic venom, though.
That's crazy.
Coral snakes are neurotoxic venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured we double check.
Yeah, but so we can show them too, so they can see it.
Yeah. So
they know, but
those things are no joke. You hear that rattle, you're too close.
Yeah, but
dissipate.
What was it? Don't you guys have a cat?
So yeah, we have cats at our house. Dude, they hunt the snakes.
Yeah.
So before we had the cats, we would see snakes all the time. Throughout the year, We had one curled up in front of our door to our garage and walking outside at night. Motherfucker was coiled up right there about to bite me in the leg. And then as soon as we got the cats, no more snakes, no more birds, no more wildlife. We had about a 30-foot range around the house where there was nothing. There was even a rat who lived under near the garage. Outside the garage, he has a little house, and the cat waited for him for 6 hours till he poked his head out, hit him once in the face, gone. Dragged him out, put him in front of the garage for us to see. Those cats are brutal, dude.
The cats are brutal.
We know they're going after snakes because we find snake bodies, and we found them with bites all over their legs. So the problem was the baby, when he was born in our garage, he would go out and find snakes, and he did not. It took him one bite to realize, all right, we don't fucking play with them. Because he wants to play with them. I've seen him get the little voles out the yard, and he'll toss them up in the air and hit them and stuff, messing around. He tried playing with the snake, and it tagged his ass 3 times. We put some A&D cream on that shit, and he was back up in 3 days. Which the cats are swole, dude. Their antibodies in their body is like nuts.
Yeah.
He lost all the hair on his leg, and it came back in a couple weeks. And after that, no more bites. They're able to kill the snakes without getting bit.
Or if they do get bit,
it doesn't affect them.
Yeah, it doesn't affect them as much. That's what I was saying. I saw that movie with
Eventually, one of them had bitten so much that she didn't even match. She didn't get bitten. Nothing would happen to her.
Yeah, like there was this thing I saw with Riddick, man. He you know it's a fictional thing, but anyway, it was based off of he got bit by one of the creatures in the water, and he passed out. He just slumped, and so what he did was he captured one of them, and he drained all of the venom out of it. And what he was doing was he was injecting himself with the venom and passing the fuck out. I thought he was like, man, he's fucking just getting high now. Like, damn, that sucks. Like, he's trapped on the island now. He's getting up, but no, he was building up his he was
if he got bit, he wouldn't fucking pass out.
And so when he went and he got bit, it just didn't affect him. He just went and got swole. He just cut every one of them up. And then he did it for the dog too. He injected into the dog to build the dog's immunity up that he had, his best friend, and the dog was swole too. The dog got out there, got super swole.
Like before Vin Diesel was racing Chargers and shit, he was getting swole.
Yeah, Vin Diesel was getting swollen. Hey, look! He's gonna mess up the camera.
Come here.
Yeah.
All right, so
doing it live.
The next current event. I don't know. You guys have to be living under a rock if you haven't heard about this one. The migrant caravan.
Yeah.
Rolling all the way, dude.
If you haven't heard about the migrant caravan,
Still got another 25 days until they hit the U.S. So.
Yeah. It said Trump sent over 7,000 troops total.
So your National Guard, people in the reserves, or anyone actively deployed, they'll probably send them there. I know that spending for border control has gone up like crazy since towards the end of Obama's presidency and Trump's, because border security is something I guess the federal government wants to focus more on. Well, I just thought it was funny. I was watching a video on border security. Those motherfuckers are driving Ford Raptors. I don't know if you guys know what truck that is.
It's like a $70,000 vehicle.
That's the most expensive Ford you can get. And I guess, or not the most expensive, but for the government to drive around sports, because those are, except for the EcoBoost ones, those are sporting 6.2.
Just go out there with some Broncos, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess they're made for the I think it's the Baja edition they're driving, so it's made for the
sand and the heat.
The desert. That's all they're doing is driving back and forth on the borders.
But dude, they don't need those, because what are those people in fucking like Afghanistan and shit rolling around?
Rolling around.
Yeah, like when we went to Trinidad, what are them dudes rolling around out there? It's not the desert, but they're
Hiluxes.
Yeah, they're rolling around some vehicles you've never seen before.
It's because they're not approved in the U.S.
Either for emissions and stuff like that. But
I just thought it was funny that our border patrol agents are driving around SVT.
There's always a gross appropriation of funds. I was reading somewhere that the SEC, the emissions control guy, this man was asking for $75,000 for a bulletproof desk. Like, who the fuck's going after the EPA and shit, man? The head of the EPA, like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's just a lot of none of this has been proven. This is all purely speculative. But a lot of people are saying that in the migrant caravan there is radicals that they're trying to sneak into the country.
Well, man, think about this though. I was reading here. It says that the group is set out from San Pedro
in Honduras.
Yeah, in October 12th. So now they say there's 4,500, and that was like last Tuesday. And then they say now that local officials say that is estimated of upwards of 6,000. But while the UN says that there's 7,000. So do you think, man, people travel across, imagine it's not as tight of a border control as it would be, let's say, in Venezuela or down further down south in those places. Imagine these people coming in. Now, you know, it's confirmed people from Africa, people from Australia, all over the world. Those people that they're talking about that could be radicalists or whatever, where they say they come from or wherever the damn case may be. Everyone comes to and they travel to that section of the world. So you think about it, there could be, I'm not discounting that if there's a mass of people moving, just a herd of people moving, and it's all over the news. It's plastered. Every day you hear about it. Every day it's this, that, whatever. Don't you think that, let's say, if someone was up to no nefarious, up to no good, up to whatever, don't you think that they would be okay, I'm gonna send like 2 people in there, send like 3-4 people in there. Let's see if they can get through. If they get through, they're not gonna open fire on these people. They're not gonna do that. I mean, yeah, it's messed up to think that, but dude, if someone can think it, then someone can do it. And if that's the case, then yes, they're in their right to be suspect about it. But at the same time, like, you can't just go and say that they're all fucking bad or that.
So this is the thing: the people who have those nefarious intent will prey on people who actually need help. Like they're like
that's the caravan right there. I mean,
there. So you have. My mentality would be, say, I want to get into the United States to do something, whether it's drugs or anything. I could use those other people as, like, say, a shield for me to be, like, on the inside, see if we can get a couple people to sneak in, or who really knows what the deal is. They seem like they're trying to get to the U.S. for, like, our aid. But the problem I have with that is the other side, they're like, yes, we need, some people are like, yes, we should let these people in so we can help them. The other side is like, no, we don't want to let these people in. From my standpoint, we have people in our own country who can't eat. We have
True story.
We have kids who sleep on the streets. Why are we so focused on helping those people when the people who live next door to us, some people can barely put food on the table, or used to live next door to us where their fucking house got foreclosed on or living on the streets? Why, as a country, are we spending so much time and money on people who don't even live here? People who have never paid into our tax system, nothing. As, like, a person, so you have people who work a good job for 20 or 30 years. They get laid off. They get status. They have paid and given so much money in taxes, and we're going to go help these immigrants over here who just came into the country to have their baby for free or to do some status like that. And we have our own people who are starving. I just think it's wrong.
It is wrong because, I mean,
because, like,
there's no balance. There is no.
It's hard to say we're only going to let these amount of people in for the country because the U.S. is based on, we're all immigrants in the United States.
True story.
I believe that.
But
we're not in the late 1700s, dude. It's 21st century. This is different now. We are Americans. I don't. Even though my family is from Trinidad and Tobago, I don't say, well, I'm half Trinidad, I'm half white. I say I'm an American. You're Asian people, I'm an American.
I say I classify as the box that says other. And when they say specify what is other, I say human being.
Yeah, well, I just say like any ethnicity doesn't matter at that point. We're Americans.
Yeah, if you come out, there's 2 types of people. There's stupid people and there's non-stupid people. And I mean that's I guess that's actually it's 3. There's the stupid people, there's the non-stupid people, and there's the non-stupid people that follow the stupid people. Those are worse. But they were saying though that some people had already left. The caravan. It was about like 1,600 people have left, and they've applied for asylum in Mexico, and 495 of Hondurans have asked to be repatriated. I don't know what that means. What does repatriated mean?
Probably be allowed to be let back in the country.
Is that what it says? Yeah, what does it say? I can't see it.
Yeah, to return to one of them. It allows Honduras. They want Honduras to let them back in. That's all.
Oh, okay.
That's what I figured it meant. But.
So they said that they're Most of his participants are from that country, as well as El Salvador, Guatemala, and some from Nicaragua.
So, another question I have is, why is those countries so bad that many people are fleeing?
Dude, man, there's no food and stuff down there, dude. Venezuela, there's no the leader down there. They were showing commercials. The shit was funny. It was bad, but I saw it, and the man, he makes them cut to commercials so he can literally like reach down here and eat an empanada and shit while the country is starving. And they called it the Mateo diet or something. Look that up. It's the diet in Venezuela where the people are starving, and it's a part of the city. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a town or a city where the people are starving, and the guy is out there like, yeah, look at Jose over there. He's this. I think that, or he was like, he has no, he's skinny. Why is Jose so skinny? This is what the man was saying in the video. The leader of their country. He said, why is he so skinny? And he said, we're on he said the country's diet, and the leader started laughing, but the people weren't laughing. Like the dude told them, dude, we're starving. Like this is why we're.
It's like the equivalent of the Russians in World War II, the amount of soldiers they had versus what supplies they could get to them in the winter.
Yeah.
They were feeding the soldiers just potatoes because that's all they could get to them. It was enough calories to keep them alive, but it's not something you want to live off of because it can kill you.
I think it was called the Mateo diet. Type.
Diet?
Yeah, not potato. It was. Yeah, the relationship of diet, Mateo. Oh no, that's not it. It's something else. It was something. I'll find it. You gotta find it. He was saying it. It was the diet that they were on, really.
No.
I guess you won't find it by typing it like that. We'll find it later, but. Here it is. What they called it. The diet. The people were starving because they had no food, and the leaders, man. So this place is bad down there, dude. We take a lot of things. For granted. Living here, doing what we're doing here,
I'm less than 4 minutes away from a grocery store. I could anything I want. You know what? I don't have any eggs. Just run to the store, get out.
Dude, the store down there, it's packed, but with people, not with product. Yeah. And what they're doing, they're fighting over bananas and shit. Like bananas and stuff for down there are probably worth as much as this damn microphone. That's insanity. When you stop and think about these
people. I paid
people,
29 cents for 2 bananas.
See, that's insanity right there. Are you sure those are GMOs? GMO-free bananas?
No, they were just regular bananas.
Yeah.
Monsanto?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's real or what's not real anymore. But
everything isn't real.
Everything is fictitious.
It's a figment of our imagination.
It's a fabrication.
People want more for less. That's the American mindset.
Yeah. True story. They want more. I don't know. I like to indulge though when more comes for a big ass steak. Sometimes steaks are nice.
Yeah, it's always good to indulge. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Overindulging is
I'll pay for a steak.
It's hard to understand it if you haven't been in it. There's never been a point in my life where I've had to worry about what I'm eating. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to I've never had to worry about what am I going to eat.
Been a few times.
Now my parents could have been stressed out about how are we going to pay the bills this month. But me as a child and me now even as a young adult, I've set myself up to where even without the help of my parents I could live feasibly on my own. Even right now I really don't. I pay for my own food, So I've got my status organized because I've learned from the mistakes of others.
Well, yeah, you gotta learn. It takes time. It takes time to do that. But you're right. We have a lot of things.
I think it's just being blessed.
Yeah, you have a lot of things. It's a lot of things that you take for granted that you don't see. Not a lot of people see. And when you say like that, when you say why are the people fleeing, dude, the fucking place sucks, dude. The place is bad, and we sit back and we're like, man, fuck, America sucks, this and that.
And that's another thing. If you hate the U.S. so much, fucking leave. We don't fucking want you.
Yeah, see, nobody. There's no mass exodus of people from.
If you don't want to be
even when they said, "Oh, when Trump gets elected, we're leaving. We're gonna go." Can't nobody fucking left.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nobody went nowhere. There might have been 1 or 2 people that you didn't hear about.
No matter what you say, since Trump has been president, the economy has gotten better every single month.
I don't know. We won't get too far into talk about.
No political side.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
speaking
no.
facts. Look at the Dow Jones. Look at the NASDAQ.
It could be,
Look
but
at
see,
financials. Look at the economy.
it all depends. It all depends on how it works out in the grander picture. We got to see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out.
The elections will really decide. These
Yeah.
midterms we were talking about in the beginning, this will really decide what the status is going to be like.
Yeah. So it says that that caravan, though, you think that caravan, they moving in. It's a crazy thing how all this happens to happen right at the cusp of when this election. To me, that sounds suspect.
Yeah, borders are one of the biggest things on the ballot right now.
Yeah,
In
that
terms
sounds
of
super
your
suspect.
vote really is what's going to happen with the borders. Like, for example, our district, Dave Bratt wants closed borders. He wants more security. Abigail Spanberger is more lenient on that. And obviously that one person cannot control what happens, but their vote can make a difference, especially when you only have 400-something people in the House of Representatives. That one out of 400 versus 1 out of 330 million changes a lot. About 330 million people in the U.S., 400 people in the House of Representatives.
Man. So the true story. So a lot of those people, some of those people that they themselves say they got bomb threats, man, and they got they said it wasn't a hoax though. It said the
bombs actually got delivered. They got
the
pictures
bombs
of it.
were live. They just didn't go off. So
Which is why I think I don't think it was they really wanted
Caesar
to hurt anybody.
Sovac, is that his name?
I don't think they really wanted to hurt anybody.
Sayak.
That dude probably got paid off. They said we're gonna say you sent some bombs to some people.
They said
but
he
we're
was
gonna do
he was
something
arrested Friday, charged with 5 federal crimes. He faces 48 years in prison. A fingerprint and a cell phone signal helped lead investigators to I think it's Sovac. I think it's
The
Sovac.
problem, like,
Who has?
I don't know, man. I don't. The reason I don't know what to think about that is because nothing actually happened.
They make sure and say that he was a supporter of Trump right there, though.
But he was a registered Democrat in Florida.
Yeah, that's crazy. That does sound so. He said he was always in need of money and shit. That's what they said.
I think it's a load.
It'll come out.
Like
We'll
everything
see.
else, brushed under the rug.
We'll see it though. Everything comes under the rug, comes back up again.
Cultivate.
Yeah, we'll see it. And then we'll talk about this, man. Right before too, another horrible thing that they're doing, man. Because usually when it happens in the threes, man. You got fucking hurricanes, and you got this damn tragedy
Shooting in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Robert Bowers
Took down how many people? How many people did he kill?
killed 11 people, man.
Jesus.
He killed 11 people on October 27th. That's what it said. He said Bowers posted anti-Semitic comments against the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, which has a Tree of Life congregation, was a supporting participant. Said referring to the Central American migrant caravans and immigrants. Damn. So he was talking about that when he went up in there for the caravans, and he was saying it wasn't just for Hebrews or the Jews. It was damn.
And this is where I come back to. This is the world we live in. You have to be afraid at church.
But didn't like what is it like a year ago or 2 years ago? Didn't
some dude went into a church down in the South. I think somewhere Louisiana, Texas, somewhere down there. You shouldn't.
That's senseless, dude.
You go to church, to get good with whatever religion you are. It doesn't matter. You go to synagogue, you go to church, you go to the Catholic church, you go to a mosque.
Doesn't matter where you go. You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. Oh,
you shouldn't be getting
bust down
black.
the door and
Yeah.
start killing people. That is a terrible. It's going to make people afraid to do things in public. It's going to get to the point where you can't go somewhere without armed protection.
That's
And
what they
I know
have.
we
That's
have
what they have in
police
some countries.
officers
That's what they have in some countries, man. Remember, they have the private security.
I know.
They had the private security. The
I mean,
firm.
we were in
They
the
had
mall in
firms.
Trinidad. Cops were walking around with automatic weapons, MP5, fully loaded body armor. They're ready for.
But you notice how, like, you ever seen a uniformed police force? They all have the same everything. They didn't have. It looks like we found a downed rifle on one of the people. They pick it up and they keep it going. Like, nobody had matching gear, equipment. It wasn't like you could see them and say.
Well, a country with 1 million people versus 300, they don't have the budget. I'm pretty sure we have one state.
Too much budget. They have too much money.
One state spends more money than their entire country probably in defense.
It's a good possibility, but did you know that Tobago is the number one exporter of garbage. And when you say spending money, talk about spending money on just the security, they spend it on tourism and everything else. So they're just saying, forget the people, forget the country. They don't really need protection because aren't they protected?
Called the United States.
Yeah, well, they're protected by it's a British colony. It's a British isle, British land.
The Americans took it over in the 50s.
Yeah, but don't
So
they still?
if the Prime Minister of Trinidad needed military, he would call the United States. The United States is a direct ally of Trinidad and Tobago.
He would call them first.
Yes. What you going to call UK for? What are they going to
Hey,
say?
you never know. You can call Ghostbusters. I mean,
Oh, man. Dude, the U.S. has so much that we could have people there in less than 12 hours.
probably already
we
is
could have
people there. There
yeah,
probably already people right sitting posted up there. Who knows?
We
Flying
could
around.
have status anywhere in the world in less than 24 hours. 48 hours for a full force.
Full force. That's crazy when you
Air
say something
Force,
like that. And we could be
Marine.
deployed. We could have it ready in no time.
Someone gives the order. Trump says, you know what? I want 100,000 troops here in 2 days. Doom. Done. Less than 2 days. 36 hours, they'll be there. Mobilize. Get swole.
Dude, so
coming back to the shooting.
yeah, not to gloss over. I mean,
It's a terrible time we live in, but the only thing we can do is try to be better with ourselves.
You think there's a way to like spot like I mean, these people, they say like you put stricter
the debate
gun,
will
but,
always be stricter gun
but
laws.
it's got to be the person
But,
that goes
like in Virginia,
there.
we have you can't background check somebody for something they haven't done yet. You can have mental health screening or something, but if someone really wants to do something, they will find a way to do it. People want to smoke the status, they find the status. It's illegal. People want to go buy black market guns, done. Find black market guns.
Yeah,
You can get anything you want.
people drive drunk illegally.
Dude, you can make something illegal.
It doesn't mean it's
somebody
gonna
won't.
stop it.
Yeah, and that's where I come back to. I really don't want to live in a world where when I go to the mall, there's fucking cops posted up everywhere. Like, yeah, it makes me feel safe, but do they? I mean,
I don't know if that makes me feel safe either. If I got armed people, because you don't really know, anything could pop off and they're gonna be there to fuck. Like, it's not just
And that's
at
what you
any
have
moment they can get a call and it'd be like, all right, look, stuff's going down right there at this section. You need to take care of witnesses or something. Who knows what the hell could be doing there? And all of a sudden,
because like when I was in high
it just-
school, I always thought it was funny watching like these kids at a football game started getting in a fight and the cops started tasing them and dragging them out. I thought it was funny. I was like, y'all in here acting so
that never
fool.
used to happen when I was
Nah,
in school.
dude, they getting fights in the parking lot. It was funny because I was like, man, y'all out here acting some fools. We're just trying to watch a football game. Nah, fools out there screaming at each other. Cops, swift motion. Cops roll up. He gives them one chance. He says, you chill out and leave right now and this will all be over. Pop off, talk some shit to the cop. Tase, done. They don't fuck around. Dude, when you think about it, their job is to keep other people safe. And if you're acting a fool and you're endangering either yourself or other people, you got to go.
But sometimes that's not always the case, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes, some people aren't really acting a fool and they just show up and then there's just like...
I mean, there's always that instance, but if someone's getting in a fight in the stands, there's someone get fucking accidentally punched in the face, anything like that, dude... You go there to have a good time. Where we're
True
there.
story. If you're going someplace to have a good time,
we don't need to be hanging out watching the football game. Motherfuckers start fighting in front of us. That's not. No, we were there to have.
I never used to go to those football games. Talking about, I remember I had a friend. He went there and he had taken some crazy status and he was on the fence and he was hanging back and forth and he was like saying "F the principal, F the thing." And they grabbed him down. He got I think he got either suspended or expelled. I'm not sure.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was funny. And that was the only time we used to do. We never used to go to football games to actually watch the football game. You just go there just to hang out, see what was up, see what was good with the people. But yeah, you start fights, the people's doing craziness. Just at any moment, that's crazy that something like that can go down. Though it used to be just fights. Now it's just people just going in, just starting. I remember the first time I heard about any type of like a super. Besides the North Hollywood shootout of someone just going in and blasting like schools or anything, it was like Columbine, and then you go on from there. It's like you hear about it. I think for this year alone, how many school shootings has there been? It seems like a school shooting or some shooting is.
The problem is that
is every other day something happens.
It's just like we go back to it's the time we fucking live in, dude. And
It's a scary
what
time,
I
though.
don't like is that when I see a shooting, the fact I'm just seeing shootings on the news, or not even shootings, fucking bombs getting sent to people's
Yeah,
houses.
bombs being sent to
It
motherfuckers
is
in the mail and
normal
shit.
now, and it's
They
not
used to just send people anthrax or something. Eh?
some ricin.
Yeah, send rice and now they go. Yeah, they send bombs to the mail before, but like, I thought bombs like they upgraded security measures, everything to a point to where like sending a bomb through mail is like, man, get the fuck
Everything
out of
has
here.
gotten-
Everybody sends biological shit now. Everybody's sending stuff that's like not, you can't feel the package and be like, oh shit, looks like there might be a pipe bomb in here. Like you know, they feel the package, they move it back and forth, it doesn't feel like nothing, but then they open it up as powder or something crazy. Like that's insane. Like that's something like that. Did dude really try to mail them fucking bombs?
And as like a citizen or just a normal person, unless it like directly happened in our county, the headlines are getting so extreme. Like it's just normal to check the news one morning and see some crazy shit happening. You're like, oh shit, oh well, and move on with your day.
I had to search to find that the thing about Putin and the how they backed out the artillery.
It's all agenda based media.
Yeah,
You have to
but
find
nobody's
a-
talking because that could be some serious. He said they would take action, man.
The problem with that is Putin always says that. The Russians are always saying
Putin ain't nothing to mess with. I watched this documentary on him, man. He's the man that controls. They say he's the most powerful man in the world. And they say, well, yeah, he's just the president. He does this. The president of Russia. He'd be president of Russia until 2024. And he came out. He was a KGB officer. They said his legend. He was in there, and he was the people that surrounded after the fall. And what he was doing, he was burning files from the KGB. And then he came out and he said, look, there's people in there. They will kill you. They will shoot you. And he said, we don't want to shoot you. And so he walked out. And that's how he got out of it. And then he ran for political office, and he just rose to the ranks. You stop and think about the country. That man, one of the busiest countries in the world, and on his inauguration, it's empty. The streets are empty. He drives to the thing and he gets in there. So you stop and think about, like, yeah, they said most powerful man. It's not because of how much wealth or whatever. They said because if he was to disappear in Russia, if he was to die, there's no one that could really take his place in terms of what he's done for the country and what he's done for them. I'm not like I just saying like what I seen when I was watching. I was reading some more on it, but I was like, that's crazy. That if he doesn't seem like he's gonna mess around. He seems like a calculating type of person. So when he says something like that, and you stop and you think about it, it's like, is that something that we should really be concerned about? And why isn't it why are they fucking talking about damn like Kardashians and stuff when maybe that should have been something that's on the headline? Maybe that's something that should have been up there. Like maybe you shouldn't be having to listen to some podcast, something to hear about it. Like that's insanity. Or do your own personal research to find out about it. Like that just blows my mind. And then you just they've been plastering in our face. People just getting blown up. People not blown up. People just getting bomb threats. People going into churches, shooting people. Like he killed 11. How many did he injure though? Did he just kill people or did he?
Find out.
People were slaughtered. He says, I can't sit by and watch my people get slaughtered. Screw your optics, I'm going in. What? Is that what he said before he went in there? He posted this before he went in there?
So it says 11 people were killed.
29 charges. Neighborhood of Squirrel Hill.
Well, it doesn't say how many people were injured. It just says 11 people were killed.
That's crazy. That's sad, dude. That's real sad, man. So I don't know. It's and but it's crazy though. It happens right before midterms, though.
It just everything seems to fall into place, and I don't like how well it does.
It's like those. It's so crazy that at the end of it, it feels like it should have that. You know, at the end of the movies where it says all the characters and things in this thing are fictitious and not real. Any similarities to real events or people or characters are purely coincidental and cannot be taken as anything such. Like, that's what should be at the end of all these. Every time you see like something crazy happen, it should just be like the names and things have been changed, but everything is purely coincidental. Like, even though it's fictitious, but it's not. Like, it's just coincidental. Like, that's insanity. So
to recap, just make sure everyone gets to your polls on Tuesday. No matter who you're voting for, just vote.
yeah, pretty much, I guess. Yeah, go out there, make your status, make it known. But how was playing? I've been doing a little playing. I was playing some Red Dead Redemption 2. And it was just something funny. There's a lot of crazy things you can do in that game, man. And this is a little side note, just not take it off of the fact of the focus. But it was something I wanted to share. It was something I was doing. And there's so much you can do in the game. I showed up. It was a funny scene that happened. And I just thought it'd be something funny to close it out with. This guy, I was playing it. I think my audio was in there too. I was playing it, and we went to the bar, and then they started throwing back, and then it turns into like some buddy sequence and a thing. And look, they're just
knocking them back.
They were knocking it back, and like this is the first time I've ever seen a sequence like that in a video game. You see it in movies. It played out just like a movie. Like, you had to look for him. You had to walk around and look for your buddy that you were there drinking with. He had disappeared. I don't want to show all of it. I want to cut through just to the funny parts where they were dancing. Oh, no, we can't show that. Definitely can't show that part.
That's funny.
I think this is the part after it. Yeah, so he comes down. And he's looking for him.
On the bar.
Yeah, he's standing on the bar about to fight this dude over here. And then look, it's like they're about to get in a bar fight, right? And then they do, and then they're fucking dancing! Like, that was the craziest. And then look, he wakes and he's pissing. Like, I was like, what the hell? I was like, dude, this is so crazy. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, this game is so immersive. The game is so crazy. And like, the dude started changing, like, beer goggles. That's what it was. The dude started changing colors. He was looking for him, and he's like, he couldn't find him.
Everybody's face looks like Lenny.
And then they started a fight out there. Look. So I ran, and then I ran right into the post. He was too messed up.
Fought the law.
Yep, he fought the law. They take control of it and get rid of it.
Oh,
yeah, he got knocked out. He got thrown in jail. And the funny thing about that, I had just turned in a prisoner earlier that game. It was funny. I don't know. I just thought that was insane. Like, that was, for me, seeing something like that go down in the game, or just going down, period, it was pretty funny. I wasn't expecting it. It was just something that just happened, and I thought it was funny. But y'all should check that out, though. The game was pretty cool. If anyone likes playing, and just play it. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. I liked it. But this has been our fifth episode. Like I said, we're working on some more things, trying to bring you more content. Working real hard. I got some more special guests coming here soon. Some more other content coming as well. If there's anything you guys like to see, want to know about, would like us to talk about, whatever, leave it in the comments. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Absolutely. Tell us, because, I mean, I'm working hard on it. Like, I just want to see what it is, try to be funny with it. This is our personality, what we do. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. I like to inform. I like learning. So this is perfect for it.
A lot of good original content coming out. We just enjoy everyone for listening, man. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We really appreciate it. This is the shout out for everybody that's just watched and
everyone's
been
just
supportive.
Been supportive since our first video.
Listened, and they've
got so much more to go and so much more to cover. It's just the beginning. Still just the beginning.
A lot more. It's just starting. We're just getting started. Like it's that song, we've only just begun. Well, that's been What's the Status with Shawn Michael. We got
Brent. Have a great night, guys.
Yeah, you guys take it easy. Remember, get out there and vote. Thank you.